Hey guys, how's it going today? Hope you guys are all having a really great morning. If you can't hear me, then just shoot me over a text and let me know because I'm trying a new mic and I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. If not, then that's great. Happy Friday to you all. Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and start seated on the floor. You can find a cross-legged position that's comfortable for you. And then maybe just rock the sit bones from side to side, ground the booty into the floor, and then lift up through the chest. So we've been practicing this kind of seat, for the last few weeks or whatever. So you want to think about the shoulders being right over the hips and then the ears lining over the shoulders. And then depending on how you feel today, if you feel like you need a little bit more grounding, then have the palms face down to start on the knees. If you feel like you need a little bit of inspiration or creativity, then have the palms face up to start. And we'll close the eyes, begin to tune all of your awareness to your breath, breathing in and out of the nose. So as you seal the lips and the eyes, start to breathe deeply in and out of the nose. And it's this grounding breath that lets us arrive in this space, letting go of the morning that we've come from, any anticipation of the day, and being able to be present right here and right now. This is exactly where our lives are taking place, is in this moment. So take one more breath here, seeing if you can bring all of your awareness, all of your focus to your breath, feeling the sit bones grounding into the space that you're in. And we'll keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And you want to press the thumbs into the heart. So today our practice is heart and chest opening. So we'll bring our attention now to the center of our chest. How can you soften the shell around your heart to have an open heart with yourself and those around you? And it could be simply how you speak to one another, how you speak to yourself. Are you speaking from the heart? Are you speaking with love? So as we move through our practice today, see if you can bring your focus to the center of your chest, to your heart, and lead with your heart through your practice. Take one more full breath with all of your awareness on your heart. And then you'll blink the eyes open. Put a big smile on your face. And then we're going to go ahead and we'll stay with the legs crossed, but I want you to cross this left leg all the way over the right. So you'll keep the right leg, the bottom leg on the floor, and then just cross the left leg over. Hug that left knee, inhale up and out of the body, and then you're going to twist away from the left knee. So bring the right elbow, if you can, on the outside of the left knee. That backhand can help lift the spine. If that's too much, if it's too much of a twist this morning to start, then just hug the knee and use that backhand behind you to help lift the heart. And then wherever you choose to be, navel comes to the spine, lift through the chest, and then start to gaze over the back shoulder. Can you soften through the hips here? Relax the jaw. Close the eyes. Take 2 slow breaths here. And then on the inhale, let's unwind, come back to center. Keep the legs where they are, but you're going to extend the feet away from one another. So you'll stack the knees. If that's not comfortable, if the hips are tight, you might have something like this going on. That's totally fine. Just feel the feet trying to touch opposite walls. And then the arms are going to come out to a cactus, open up through the chest, pull the shoulder blades together behind the heart. And then the right elbow is going to come underneath the left for eagle arms. The backs of the hands can touch. You can press the backs of the palms together, or you can circle so that the hands touch, the front of the palms touch. Lift the elbows up so they're in line with the shoulders. Press the palms away from the face. And you'll take a few breaths here, but can you soften the tops of the shoulders away from the ears? Feel the shoulder blades themselves pull down the back. Take 2 more breaths. Soften the muscles in the face. Take 1 more full cycle of breath here. And then keep the legs where they are. Release the arms, and that right arm is going to come behind the body. Press the left hand on top of the right elbow. Lift through the chest. Press the back of the head into the forearm and see if you can get a stretch in the back of the right tricep. Take a full deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release the hands all the way down. We're going to unwind gently. Cross the left leg onto the bottom flat, and then you'll step the right leg over, coming onto the other side. You might need to re-rock the sit bones from side to side. Root that right foot into the floor, and then you're going to twist either to hug the right knee, bringing the right hand behind the body, or you can bring the arm around the right knee. Wherever you choose, you're lifting through the heart, gaze over the back shoulder, soften through the jaw, soften the collarbone from the chin. And then once you find that sweet spot to settle, close the eyes and take a few breaths here. Even notice if you can soften the cheek muscles, the jaw, and the neck. Take 1 more full breath. And then use the inhale to unwind, come back to center. Cross that top leg now all the way over. So if it looks, something, toward the knee is up, that's fine, but still feel the feet trying to touch opposite walls. You can reground the sit bones into the floor. Arms come out to a cactus. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. This time the left elbow is going to go underneath the right. Backs of the hands touch, or maybe the palms touch. Lift the elbows in line with the shoulders. Press the palms away. See if you can still reach the feet in opposite directions. Get tall through the spine. As you press the forearms from the face, close the eyes. Soften all of the muscles in the face and start to bring your awareness back to your breath, breathing in and out of the nose. Notice if you are holding any tension in the thighs. And take 1 more full breath. And inhale to open the arms back out. Left arm comes behind the body. Right hand on top of the elbow to press the hand down the back. And then you'll press the back of the head into the forearm. Soften the shoulders. Feel a nice little stretch behind the left tricep now. And don't forget to breathe here. Notice if the tops of the shoulders started to creep up to the ears, soften them down the back. 1 more full cycle of breath here. And then on the inhale, release the hands, gently unwind that top leg, and then bring the feet onto the floor. You can have them kind of a little bit further away from you. Bring the hands behind you, and then just windshield wiper the knees from side to side, and you'll come onto the edges of the feet. You should feel this in the hips. Take 1 more breath. And then let's cross over the ankles and come into child's pose. Press the sit bones back for the heels, bring the heart down to the thighs, and extend the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Forehead comes down to the floor, soften the shoulders down the back. And then feel the heart connecting to the tops of the thighs. Feel the shins releasing into the floor. And then take a few more breaths here, pressing the palms into the floor, feeling a stretch along the back of the body. 1 more full breath. On the next inhale, rise up. Come into table pose. You can ground the palms into the floor. Feel the knees right underneath the hips, and then bring the shoulders right underneath the wrists. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and then you're gonna tuck the chin and have the crown of the head nice and long. Bring the navel to the spine. On your inhale, drop the heart through the shoulders. Look up towards the ceiling for cow pose. When you exhale, you're gonna round the back, bring the chin towards the chest, navel to spine for cat pose. Spread the shoulder blades. Inhale to reach the heart forward, tailbone reaches back. Exhale to round. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen forward. Exhale to round. 1 more time. Inhale the heart forward, tailbone back. Exhale to round. Spread the shoulder blades. And this time when you exhale, find that table pose, nice flat back. Press into the toes. You're gonna just hover the knees off of the earth just a little bit. Press the booty back for the heels. Nice flat back. Take 1 more breath. The knees are hovering maybe an inch or 2 off of the floor. And then use the next exhale to lift the hips and come into downward facing dog. Adjust your stance. Make sure that you're pressing the palms down and forward. Lift the sit bones as high as possible. Tuck the chin and feel the heart coming closer to the tops of the thighs. Take a couple of breaths here, pressing the mat down and forward. Feel the shoulder blades reach towards the sit bones. 1 more full cycle here. And on your inhale, you're going to bend the knees, look forward, and walk to the top of the mat. Come into a forward fold. Feet are hip-width distance apart, and you're going to grab onto opposite elbows. Roll the weight into the toes. Navel pulls towards the back of the spine, and then feel the heart come closer to the tops of the thighs. Crown of the head is pointing down towards the floor. Tuck the chin and feel the shoulder blades move down the back. Take another couple of breaths. Maybe sway from side to side. 1 more full cycle here. And then release the hands down for the floor. On the inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Crown of the head forward for a flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Navel comes to the spine. Inhale, bring the hands back to the shins 1 more time. Reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. Put a slight bend in the knees. Bring the arms to that V shape and inhale to rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale to pull the hands to the heart. Close the eyes. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Keep the eyes closed. Feel the weight evenly into both feet. Bring the hips over the ankles. Pull the shoulder blades over the hips. And then pull the head back so that the ears are in line with the shoulders. Take 1 more full cycle of breath. Blink the eyes open. On your next inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Find that V shape. Palms touch overhead. As you exhale, you're going to hinge forward. Navel comes to the spine, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shins. Reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back into plank pose. So plank pose is a push-up position. You want to reach the heels back, press the earth away. You don't want the booty up too high, but you don't want the hips to sag to the floor. So see if you can find a straight line of energy. Pull the shoulder blades down the back. Pull the core towards the spine. And then reach the heart forward. Slight spread of the shoulder blades. Ears stay in line with the shoulders. 1 more full breath. Take 1 more inhale. Stay nice and strong. And then use the exhale to lift the hips, come into downward facing dog. Keep this length that you have created from your plank pose. On the next inhale, right leg lifts to the ceiling, three-legged dog. When you exhale, look forward and plant the foot between the palms. So you might need to help the foot forward. Keep this long stance that you've created. Bend into the front knee so that you can see this, you can feel the 90-degree angle that you have made between the ankle and the knee. And as you sink into this front knee, don't let the left hip sag down to the floor. Look back and make sure it's straight. Engage the core. Take one more breath in this runner's lunge. Everything is working here. Crown of the head is reaching forward. And then now spiral the back foot down. Keep the bend in the front knee, and you're going to use the left arm to windmill up into warrior two. Sink into the front knee. Make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle. And if it's too much, you can always come off of that knee so it's not, you're not bending into it too deeply. Seal the outer edge of the back foot to the floor. And then you want the back toes slightly pointed towards that left corner if you were on a mat. Extend the fingertips away from one another. As you sink into that front knee, feel the heart opening to the wide side of a mat. Fingertips are trying to touch opposite walls. Take one more breath. Feel the shoulder blades move down the back. Keep the legs where they are. Flip the right hand. As you exhale, reverse your warrior. Soften the right shoulder down from the ear. Keep sinking into the front knee. Take one more breath. Keep the core engaged. Lift the heart up towards the chin. On your next inhale, come back into warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. On the next inhale, you're going to straighten through both legs. Hands come up overhead. Look up if you can towards the thumbs. When you exhale, come back into warrior two. Two more times. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. One more time. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. This time as we straighten, bring the hands to the hips, straighten through that front leg, parallel the feet to the edges of the mat. Lift up through the heart, point the tailbone down. Take another full breath here, lifting through the center of the chest, pulling the shoulder blades together behind the back, dropping the tops of the shoulders from the earlobes. And then we're gonna bring the hands, keep the hands here with a flat back, bring the heart to parallel the earth. Chin is in line, is tucked to the chest, ears are in line with the shoulders. Keep reaching the crown of the head forward. Take one more breath, and then release the hands right underneath the shoulders, come into a forward fold. It's a little bit more challenging if you walk the hands in line with the feet, but you can also just keep them right underneath the shoulders. You can widen the feet too if that helps, or you can narrow the feet if the inner thighs are a little bit tight today. Wherever you are, roll the weight into the toes. Feel the heart coming closer to the thighs, so you can even walk the hands there. And once you find that sweet spot, feel the tailbone lifting up to the ceiling. Crown of the head points to the floor. Take a couple of breaths in that sweet spot to settle. Feel the shoulder blades move away from the back of the head. Take one more full breath. Now we're going to walk to the left foot. Find your runner's lunge on the left side. Come to the ball of the right foot. Keep that right hip from dipping. Keep it in line with the left hip. Find that 90-degree angle with the left knee. Reach the heart forward. Right foot reaches to the back of the room. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the core engaged. Take one more full cycle of breath in this runner's lunge. Now soften the right foot to the floor. Make sure that you have a front heel to back heel alignment. Right toes are slightly pointed to the front of the mat. With the next inhale, use the right arm to windmill up. Find your warrior two. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Find that 90-degree angle in the front knee. And then notice, are you leaning forward? Are you leaning back? Can you find your center right in the middle of the legs? And then bring the gaze right over the front middle finger. Core is engaged to help lift the heart. Extend the fingertips away from one another, trying to touch opposite walls. Take one more cycle of breath. Keep the legs where they are. Flip the left palm. Right hand comes down to the back thigh. Take a big breath in. Use the exhale to reverse the warrior. Soften the left shoulder away from the left ear. Gaze into the front palm. Sink a little bit deeper into that front knee and feel a stretch along the left side of the torso. Think about lifting the heart into the palm. One more cycle of breath. And then use the next inhale to come back into warrior two. Sink into the front knee. Extend the fingertips away from one another. Pause here. On the next inhale, straighten through the legs, palms come together overhead. Maybe look up at the thumbs. Exhale to come back into warrior two. Inhale to straighten, palms touch overhead. Exhale to bend. One more time, inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. Bring the hands to the hips, straighten through the left leg and parallel the sides of the feet to the sides of a mat. Inhale to lift up and out of the heart. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. Now as you exhale, you'll pull the navel to the spine and begin to hinge forward with a flat back. Release the hands underneath the shoulders. You can keep the hands where they are or walk the hands in line with the feet. Tuck the chin towards the chest so that the crown of the head is pointing to the floor. Roll the weight into the toes and then feel the torso come closer to the tops of the thighs. The navel pulling to the spine helps you with these little bit of folds and twists. And then notice now, did you start to tighten the jaw? Are you squinting the eyes? Bring softness to all the areas of the body that you can. Take one more cycle of breath. Bring the hands to the hips. Tuck the chin slightly and you'll lift through the back of the head, flat back, all the way up on your inhale. Pause here for your exhale. Close the eyes. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. One more full breath. Blink the eyes open. You're always engaging the core to help protect the low back. And then two ways, you're either going to step the feet together or engage the core and hop the feet together. So maybe you try it, whichever one feels good to you. Take a big full breath when you find your mountain pose. Release the hands to the sides of the body. Close the eyes. Take a few breaths. Take one more full cycle of breath here. Hand to the heart. You're going to widen the feet just a little bit wider than hip width distance, and then bring the toes to point out, and the heels are going to be pointed in or facing in. Lift up through the spine, nice and tall. When you exhale, you're going to begin to bend at the knees, find your squat pose. You might need to walk the feet a little bit wider. Once you find that spot, drop the sit bones as far as you can down to the floor. roll to the edges of the feet. So I don't want you to dump the weight to the inner ankles. Feel the pinky side toe of the feet sealed to the mat. Press the knees to the outer edge of the feet, and then use the elbows to help open up the thighs. As you drop the sit bones, lift up through the heart. Feel the heart trying to lift up towards the chin. And then can you close your eyes here? Soften through the jaw. Notice if you are holding any tension in the hips and thighs. You can always place a block or a pillow underneath the sit bones just to bring the earth a little bit closer to the booty. And then take 2 more breaths here. Maybe put a smile on your face. 1 more cycle here. Keep lifting through the heart. Don't start to slump. And then I'm going to walk towards the edge. So if you need to have room, stay low and try and walk to where you have room. We're going to bring the booty all the way down. See if you can bring it down nice and gentle without just plopping down onto the floor. So use your core. Finally got there. And then we're going to bring the calves to parallel the earth. Lift up through the heart. Find your boat pose. Reach the balls of the feet forward. So again, you can hold on behind the knees like we practiced. You can bring the hands right alongside the body. You can straighten through the legs. Wherever you choose to be, keep reaching through the heart. Balance on the sit bones. Keep the core working here. Take 1 more full breath. Make sure to smile. And then you're going to come forward, find your seated pose. Once you find that seated pose, rock from side to side. And then just as we started, do you need a little bit of grounding or do you need a little bit of inspiration? Close the eyes, pull the shoulder blades together behind the back, lift the heart up. Take 2 breaths here in silence. And then keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Press the thumbs into the heart. So as you press the thumbs into the heart, can you grow a little bit taller through the crown? Take this last breath, remembering to have an open heart. Remembering to speak and live from the heart through all of your interactions. So as you listen to your heart today, blink the eyes open. Namaste. I hope you guys had a really great practice. I hope that you guys all get along together and you are kind to one another all day. I hope to talk to you all soon, and thanks so much for joining me. And then next week, we'll go ahead and continue on doing more practices and more classes if you guys are into it, so that way we can keep the body moving. Make sure you move all weekend and give each other a hug when you're done. Love you guys. Have a really great day.